Hello everybody and welcome to Bathmat Reviews, where today we're going to be talking about Transformers crossover Sonic the Hedgehog, Windtail, or Tails. And yeah, this guy is interesting. He tries to do something a bit more extravagant than Sonic does, and therefore has some pros and some cons that are... I'd say one is the kibble. That's one con. But also at the same time, it's kind of clever. Because, like, the back of the plane turns into his tails. And so, because it's tails. He has two tails. And, yeah. I still can't tell if that's clever or just lazy. And then the wings, which I guess is fair. I like what they did with these, but the other ones kind of are just there. But yeah, this guy was designed vehicle mode first, that's for sure. I can say that because his vehicle mode is fantastic. Anyway, before I forget, deja vu anybody? Because here's the box review for the 2-pack. So there he is. There's that, there's Sonic and Tails, and then boom, 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 32 steps compared to his 27. How does that guy have 27 steps? Steps are such a lie. Like, anyway. Yeah, so that's about it. Whoosh. Anyway, let's talk about Poseability. Oh, actually, let's talk about accessories. So he comes with this thingy, which is like maybe a fuel canister or a missile. I have no idea. And a unique blast effect, which is pretty cool. And you can just plug that right in. And it go pew pew. And it go whoosh. So now he can have his pew pew whoosh. And then hui. Anyway. So yeah, that's all he comes with, and it's a good gun. It does its job. It's nothing spectacular, but, you know, I don't tend to get Transformers for their, you know, weaponry. Anyway, so let's talk about Poseability, which I'm just now realizing I'm going to have to put this guy in a pose for the thumbnail. I'm not sure how I'm going to do that. Yeah. Okay. Anyway, we'll get to that in a sec, because this guy's... He has all the stuff to pose, it's just there's a lot of kibble, so he's not the most poseable. So, in concept, you should be able to do a full 360. Yeah, you can do that. That's nice. Head on a ball joint. That can move around a whole bunch. Propeller can spin. That's nice. Arm is on a bicep swivel that you can't really access too much, except for during transformation. And then you got a double bend at the arm. Nothing at the wrist for some reason. Going on down to the waist, you have a really nice waist swivel. Then moving on down a bit further, you got forward that far. Back. I don't know. If you can figure out where to put everything, if you move those forward, then these back, you can get back that far, then out that far. You have a thigh swivel, then you have a far over 90 degrees of bend. Then the foot, you have an ankle pivot and rotation, and then not any up and down. And then as far as the kibble articulation goes, these are on ball joints and hinges, and also another bend point there, and then this can move up and down. The wings can tilt back. This is here, and yeah. And that can, of course, spin again. Anyway, let's get to size comparisons. So, because this guy has a quite complex transformation for his size. Here he is with Sonic also, I know that this guy's name is... It already left my mind. I think Windtail? I'm going to call this guy Tails. I probably already have. Yeah. So there he is with Sonic. I know that's not his name, but he's Sonic. And then here he is with the prime unit of measurement. And here he is with Batman. And just because here he is with my previous review that isn't Sonic. Sludge. Big. Anyway, now let's get to transformation. So, how do you start this? I say that not because I don't remember, but because I just don't know how to best do it for film. Okay, so first, rotate the waist. I think that's important to do because a lot of times I forget to, and then once you start doing everything else, it gets way trickier to rotate the waist around. So then, take the tails and bring them down like that. Come to the back here, take the cockpit, lift that up, and rotate that around. Just leave that there, like that. You kind of just have to open up the back. Then you can bring that piece down a bit. Then you can open up the chest and flip in the head. And then close that back up. Then lift that up. And then, because this guy's kibble is a lot, but it's also, it does cause a really fun transformation. He does a lot of fun stuff. So take the wing, unpeg that from there if it hasn't already, then bring this down. Also, this is just on a friction hinge, so that comes out sometimes, which is annoying. Take the arm, rotate it out, and then flip that in, and collapse all that, and leave it like that for now. Take this, do the same thing on this side, bring that out, and then, actually, yeah, bring it, see, it's supposed to tab in right there, which it does, but, like, not the best. So bring it out slightly, then bring that down, rotate, fold that up, then bring this in, then tab those together, get that all lined up, then take the cockpit and push this down, which is a little bit, you have to put more pressure than I think you'd expect, and then make sure the wings are all lined up. They're not gonna pop off on you like so. Then bring the wings down, trying to get that out of the way. Try and get this out of the way so I can properly show you. Rotate the feet in, bring them, rotate the legs inward, bring the feet down at the ankle, and then rotate them in. Then bring that fully around like so. And then that will tab in like that. Then you can bring the back down, bring the cockpit down, then close all this up. Get that all lined up nice like. And then bring the wings, take the supports, bring that down and in, and down and in, and then take this, press that down the rest of the way, then flip out the wings. And this looks, just give everything a squeeze, make sure everything's all in right, and this looks really freaking good. Like, you can tell they put this first, and I'm kind of okay with that, because this is probably the most iconic vehicle in Sonic lore, I guess. I'm not the biggest Sonic head, so I mean, you could probably, a bigger Sonic fan could probably be like, no, I'd say that this one's the more iconic, but like, unless it's, I don't know, unless it's Eggman's like chair, I feel like this is the most iconic vehicle. And yeah, so you can have it slanted back with the landing gear, or if you bring in the gun / blast effect, you can plug that in, have it be in a more flying pose. And you can whoosh it around. And I think that is really cool. I quite like it. And I really like this 2-pack overall. And so I would definitely recommend it. So yeah, that's about it. Thank you all for watching. Remember to like and subscribe. Comment down below what characters I should review next, and I'll get to them as soon as I can. And follow me on YouTube and TikTok. Bye.